Hello, hope you're all having a good day and a good weekend. So just running through these frames and the sizing options. The first thing I wanted to mention was that on the price list where it lists the size of the frames, it's referring to the glass size. So you would just need to add on a bit for the actual frame if there was one. So just keep that in mind. I mean, we're talking about a matter of 1 or 2 inches at the most, but sometimes that it's relevant. So just so you can help visualize the size, it's talking about the glass size. I'm going to start off with the smallest, which is the canvas sample that I've got. Unfortunately, I don't have any bigger ones. I just got this to try and demonstrate the difference between a professional quality canvas and one off the high street, because I know canvases are available everywhere and what's the difference really, but there is a difference. So this is the one from my lab, and it's really got some good quality detail. With canvas, you're always going to lose a little bit because of the texture of the surface. So if you're going for lots of, like him, he's a small subject, so you're going to lose a bit of the detail in his face because the textures of his eyes and stuff. But it's gorgeous quality. It's treated with a UV varnish as well. So everything across the board, the canvases and everything that's framed from my labs are all done with the best inks, best papers, best canvas, best everything. Very high tech and all treated and all with the longevity of the product in mind, so that they will last for many, many, many years. They're all archival quality. Whereas something with the high street or your average print place, it's not, and the colors will change over time, not that long, as well as the physical quality of it. So this is from my lab. It's fairly thick. It's quite a good sturdy feeling to it. And then they back it with these little foam cushions for your wall and a hanging hook, which is good. And it's a good strong feeling product. And that's a 16 by 12 inch, so it's quite small. When you have a look and see it on the wall, I don't know, you can, it's not that big. So it's fine. You've got a little space, or if it's being added to a photo wall, perfect. But I wouldn't have that as a standalone on a wall. It would just look completely lost. It's too small. And out of interest, I did just go and get one printed from Photobox not that long ago, just to see what it was like. And I was fairly impressed. The colors were okay. They're a bit saturated, but that's all. That's okay, and it doesn't lose. It's quite clear as well. I would be happy with this as a consumer for one of my pictures, but it's quite thin. You can feel the difference. Um, it's just pretty basic. And I suppose the test will be in a couple of years' time to see how they are faring, and to then be able to feedback and update this video. Excuse me. So yeah, that's just to show you the difference. But obviously, you hear lots of stories about canvas that warps and stuff like that. So it's always just good to know what you're getting. And then moving on to, I'm running through acrylic quickly. The one behind me on the wall is an acrylic as well. And this is one of my acrylic orbs. This, I believe, is a 20-inch one. And I just wanted to show you, just so you know what you're comparing. It's the quality of it and the clarity is pretty amazing. And they really make your photos feel like they come to life. It's like looking, this is my son, and it's like looking at him. But he's not answering back and he's being nice and quiet, so I'll take it. But they are lovely. They're quite modern. The nice thing with the circle ones is that you can have them in a kind of series on a wall, and on a nice space. It looks really nice with a couple dotted around in different sizes. So perhaps like a large, maybe one slightly bigger than this. And I've seen some displays that look amazing. The bigger, the better, always. This would be like a medium, and then it's something smaller, and all grouped together is quite cool as an option for a photo wall, or for an option to a multi aperture. Um, and speaking of multi apertures, I will show you this one, which is the panoramic one. So this has got a slightly bigger picture in the middle, and then the two on the side. And for this one, I opted for a aluminium frame, which is they come in various colors, like gold, silver. This is a lighter gray. You get a dark gray, black. You get them with the gloss finish. This is a more of a matte finish, which I like. Um, and this type of multi-aperture can have any sort of frame. So this is just to show the option. Um, yeah, and I quite like it. So this is I believe it's a 36 by 16 or 20. Oh, I can't remember the measurements of it, but this is the panoramic sort of triptych multi-aperture frame, which I offer, and they hang up simply like that. And they're lovely. This has got it's got reflective glass, just normal glass, um, with the three pictures in it. So that's that one. I'm going to show you the other sample I've got at the moment, although it's not one that I've currently got on the price list in terms of the number of photos you get in it, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has got a few pictures in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think the maximum on the price list is 5, but I just wanted to show you the different size. Obviously, this is a 24 by 30 glass size. This is a more chunky and well, not ornate, but it's a different type of frame. This is more in line with my normal taste and style. This goes with kind of, that's sort of what I do best, but just to show you an example of how that looks. And that's a non-reflective glass, which I paid extra for, and it's always available as an upgrade. And it's kind of, instead of the shiny glass, it's a type of acrylic that they put on. So that's quite nice if that was an issue. So if you had a big wall and it was opposite a window, then you might, that might be really worth getting. Although I would never have any pictures framed or any of them anywhere where direct sunlight would come onto them, because they're going to fade, even at this amazing quality. You still have to look after them, keep them away from heat sources and whatnot. Then this is my favorite size. I think this is what I would be recommending for most, because it's not too big, although it probably looks big as I'm holding it. It's not. It's a 20 by 30, which is the same as the one up behind me. That's an acrylic behind me, by the way. And I mean, even with this close up of this baby, he's not taking over. When I have this up on, when it's up on the wall and it's not, and at a distance, it's not that big. It's not overwhelming. But obviously, if your image has got wide angle and people smaller in the frame, they're going to look smaller and smaller. So if it's a family picture of lots of people, it's not going to look as big. They almost need to be blown up a little bit bigger. So that's the smallest size I would go. And it's a simple frame. Again, it's wood and normal glass as well on this one. I can't remember what color I chose, but they're Faro and Ball colors that they come in, which are, it's good to know, because it comes in several, which is really nice. And I just chose this because I thought it would match the picture. So it's very on an individual basis, but you can have them in any color that you like. And then the last thing I'm going to show you for right now is the biggest sample I've got, which isn't quite 30 by 40. But just to bear in mind, it's a close-up of the subjects. I'll show it to you. So they do appear to be massive, and it does make it look bigger. If I had a family taken from a wide angle, that wouldn't be so massively overwhelming. And that over a sofa on a blank wall, honestly, is a great size. It's an odd size one. This one, just double check. It was it's a 36 by 24 inch, which is an unusual size. So 40 by 30, you'd be even bigger than that. So It's gorgeous. And this one doesn't have a mount, obviously. So this is what I used to sell, and it's still available. It's just I don't want to overwhelm people with choices on a price and stuff, things they don't even know what I'm talking about. It's called a fine art. It's a natural, and it's just printed on this board, this textured sort of board, with no glass, so there's no reflection. It's the detail's amazing, and it just comes like that. And that's with a similar frame to that white multi-aperture, but in a brown. Again, it's matching with what looks good on the photo. So that's the gist of it. That's all I can say is that the bigger you can go, the better. Especially if it's of people sort of bodies in a picture rather than a close up, because there's not many pictures where I've got lots of pictures at home that I thought were big when I ordered them, and when they're up, they're a bit small. I would have gone bigger. So I've learned that way, to just always measure. Don't go bigger than what it can handle, but go as big as you dare, basically, because it looks great. It's cool. So hopefully that's answered some initial questions, but let me know what you're thinking, and I can answer any more than that. All right. So I hope you have a good weekend, and I'll catch up with you soon. All right. Cheers. Bye.